Hey, man, listen. Like I told the D-line, it's an opportunity to be out here, man. Don't take a snap for granted. Let's go. Gang on me, gang on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Man, I had a nice little highlight show for you on Monday, but the NFL blocked it. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, I've been listening to everyone cry about the Las Vegas Raiders losing to the Los Angeles Chargers and laughing my butt off. It was one game between two pretty talented teams that are well coached with new systems, so the game could have went either way. I know it sucks that it didn't go the Raiders' way, but my goodness, the sky is not falling. The Raiders were very unlikely to go to the Super Bowl before this game, so the loss is not so devastating. The Raiders are still going to have a better season than last year. They just have some kinks to work out. Every team has kinks to work out. For anyone to say the Raiders are going to be 3-14 and need to make a coaching change is ridiculous. We don't know that much yet. Antonio Pierce and company may have made some mistakes, but that's not even why the Raiders lost. The game came down to a few very fixable mistakes the players made. It looked like both teams were trying to play defense and wait for the other team to make mistakes, and the Raiders were the ones that made them. The Chargers had 176 yards rushing on the Raiders, but they didn't just pound the rock on them. A lot of those runs were getting stuffed, like here with Max Crosby. Christian Wilkins did his thing too. They both went to work together on this one. Adam Butler played the run well. You know John Jenkins did his thing against the run. And of course, Robert Spillane did his thing against the run. He was tackling guards and running backs at the same time. But the Raiders had some fluky things happen. Safety Marcus Epps gets tangled up with edge rusher Janarius Robinson, so he can't fill the gap he's supposed to fill. And you know what happens when you give an NFL running back that much room? He's going to burst on to the next level of the defense. So he does that and gets past the second level, and now he's on to the third level with Trayvon Merrick in front of him. The Raiders need better than this from Merrick as the last line of defense. That was horrible. Merrick is better than that. He can fix that. Nate Hobbs hogged him though. That's one carry for 46 yards. Now look at this. The Raiders were pretty stout in the red zone other than crap like this. He's in a single file line behind Crosby while leaving a big gap in the defense. So J.K. Dobbins just says, okay, you want to make it that easy? I'll take it. And he just scoots on into the end zone for a touchdown. That was 12 yards, so that's 2 carries for 58 yards. And now this. Now this I don't like from Devon Diablo. He's going to take a guard on square that's double teaming the nose tackle. If he's going to take him on, he should at least do it with his inside shoulder so he can scrape outside if he has to. Diablo's caught up in that junk now, so he can't get into that big gap. And Marcus Epps exacerbates the problem by trying to attack the line of scrimmage when he should be back as a free safety. This is going to lead to a 61-yard run, so that's 3 carries for 119 yards. The Chargers had 27 carries for 176 yards. And if you take those 3 big runs away, they had 24 carries for 57 yards. That's 2.37 yards per carry. I know, those runs count. That's why the Raiders lost the doggone game. I'm just trying to show you that the Raiders would have only given up 57 yards on 24 carries for 2.37 yards per carry if it wasn't for a few fixable mistakes. So Dobbins is gone again. He ain't too gone though, because Hobbs is going to hawk him again. Diablo had problems in that game. Not problems, problems. Look at this. He had a knockout blow lined up. The receiver should have woke up in the hospital the next morning, but nope. He missed the knockout blow and the tackle altogether. That's just to show you what type of day he had. Oh, let me tell you, Herbert had to get rid of the ball very quickly. That's why the Raiders only had 1 sack on the day. But they had 10 pressures and 4 quarterback hits. Even when he completed a pass, he paid for it. There's another dink and dunk followed by a hit. And that 1 sack the Raiders had came from who else? Max Crosby. The coverage was good too. The Chargers are going to try Raider corner Jacorian Bennett deep here, and it is not going to work. And with all the hype the Chargers put on their slot receiver Ladd McConkey, I'll just say this, not on Nate Hobbs. Herbert was going to try Jack Jones on an out here, but he thought the better of it. You can already see Jones put his foot in the ground. He's getting ready to go get that thing. Herbert sees it though, so he throws it out of bounds. Jones undercut him and everything. And Trayvon Merrick, well, he almost had an interception. But unfortunately the ball hit the ground. Maybe next game. Herbert had 144 yards and a touchdown with 5.5 yards per attempt. The Russian coverage shut him down. On offense, I don't know what running back Zamir White saw on this play. He should have seen that right guard Dylan Parham is clearly beaten, that he can't run that way. All he has to do is look backside and he'll get a big chunk. He doesn't though, so he gets stopped. So what do the Raiders do? They bring Alexander Madison in, and he says, okay, I can see these holes. So White goes into the locker room to get his contact lenses, and what do you know? His vision to see the holes is back on point. But they're going to get tight end Michael Mayer for a hold on this one. Watch this. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't see holding. But it's nice to see White got his vision back. I was just playing about the contact lenses. White was actually starting to get going. Sees the hole, one cut downhill, then he fumbles. And there's your mistake. White doesn't usually fumble. The Raiders actually left him in the game and he ran well after that. He sees it and cuts accordingly. Again, White was just starting to get going, but the Raiders fell behind so they couldn't keep giving him the ball. He only had 13 carries in the game. But that shows you the running game is there. Just can't make mistakes and fumble. Oh yeah, and first round pick Brock Bowers is as advertised. Look at the route. He had 6 catches for 58 yards. He needs more targets. And speaking of more targets, come on man, Devontae Adams still got it. Good things happen when you throw that man the ball. And Jacoby Myers did his thing even when the ball wasn't intended for him. That was a hell of a play by Myers. I'll have more on that play later. I wanted Aiden O'Connell to start at quarterback this season, but Gardner Minshew does not look bad. He actually outplayed Herbert. Who would have thought that? He had his accuracy for the most part. He got his Adams there. He's going to put it right where it needs to be to Myers. And here his check down is going to turn into a touchdown. Oh, what a play. And Minshew better throw this one accurately as wide open as Bowers is. It was a walk in the park when he had protection. Here he's going to get it to Adams. Here he's going to get it to Bowers. This Minshew to Bowers thing could turn into something. But the trouble did come when he was pressured. Speedster Trey Tucker just makes a nice play for him here. Here he gets tripped up by Joey Bosa as he tries to get out of there, but he's going to get some yards out of it. And what do we expect from Colton Miller with no training camp against Khalil Mack? That right there. Mack is hard enough on Miller with training camp. Miller hasn't been hitting anybody, and all of a sudden he has Mack of all people in front of him. Miller will eventually get his sea legs back under him. And here Parham has to recognize the stunt by Bosa. Minshew was okay under pressure overall, but here's a missed opportunity here. Again, a hell of a play by Myers, but this is why it was a missed opportunity. I'll show you from the other view. Alright, look. Tucker's running toward the sidelines while Myers is breaking inside with the defensive back closing in on him. So if that ball's thrown accurately, Tucker can turn that thing upfield to the house. With his speed and elusiveness, he would have at least got the Raiders a 1st and goal. Again, hell of a play by Myers, and I'll take the completion, but that is a missed opportunity. And here is a straight up mistake. What are you doing, Minshew? And that's going to be a hell of a starting position for the Charger offense. And this one I'm not going to put on Minshew too much because it could happen to anyone. A definite future Hall of Famer made that play too. Minshew was 25 of 33 for 250 yards and a touchdown. But the 2 turnovers, one not his fault, hurt. That defense is for real. They gave up a couple of explosive plays on runs on mistakes that can easily be fixed. And you can see the rushing coverage is going to be there. On offense, the running game was coming together and Minshew was distributing the ball among his weapons. He just turned the ball over. One of his turnovers was fluky and the other one he can easily fix. Mistakes, turnovers, and missed opportunities are what lost this game Sunday. Think about this. The Raiders turned the ball over 3 times, the Chargers didn't, and the Raiders only lost by 12 points. It's all fixable, folks. Thank you for watching. See you next time.